You must locate and defuse a bomb. Located a bomb. Move to its location and plant the diffuser. A bomb has been located. Move to its location and plant the diffuser. Diffuser in position. Defend it from enemy action. Five seconds. Seconds remaining in bomb defusal cycle. Seconds left.
Get in position and wait for home.
Bomb defused in 5 seconds. Bomb defused. Another bomb and defuse it. Move to bomb location with the diffuser. Drop the diffuser back and retrieve the device. Diffuser acquired. Move to bomb location and defuse the device. enemy action. Five seconds left. Enemy has located.
We got these fuckers!
30 seconds to the bomb.
Need to go now!
Hostiles have located the diffuser. 15 seconds to go. Hostiles have found the diffuser.
Take it!
5 seconds left until the bomb is defused.
Eyes on the fucking!
Hostiles have located the diffuser. Hostile bomb defused. Mission successful. A bomb must be located and defused. To its location and plant the diffuser. We've located a bomb. Move to its location and plant the diffuser.
We got
Diffuser in position. Defend it from enemy action. All friendlies have been eliminated.
The problem is, Knights defeated them 3-7 on club. Very similar to what's going on right now.
Like, either way, they have sufficiently either been cursed or they're just, I don't know. They are struggling right now.
Well, the fact that they beat Ferox 7-5 and that was as close as it was, and then the LFO game was as close as it was, starts to beg the questions for us. A lot of pressure that will be put on Noble if Rhythm take this round. Now, you would have to imagine that lightning does not strike twice in the same place for Rhythm, and that Noble are able to correct their wrongs, right their wrongs, if you will. They will back away from Blue Stairs after making somewhat of a more advanced play, just showing face and backing away.
Gotta emphasize again, this is the defense side that should be like 90% in favor of Noble, right? Rhythm should never have got that first one, and if they lose this one,
Bomb located by attack.
I'd be willing to say it's probably GG. I would not see Noble coming back if they lose this round.
That's a pretty hard task and a very, very true statement at this point because of the way that we've seen. Oh, run, Leb. Run. No, anyway, I've got to pull out a meme every now and then. He will get away, and this is going to be very intriguing now. This is looking very similar to what happened in the previous round. Leb going down, though. That changes things a little bit here.
It does. Very important pick because he's the one that's putting all those vertical holes. He's putting all the pressure in kitchen. So to lose that, that's one big thing that you can do. And you know what? They only have 35 seconds. So this is by no means gone at all smoothly like it did last time. Not that I would say that was smooth. But 30 seconds, they need to start working sight now.
They do. Milo on a tight line. Here we go. Rhythm pick up the pace, but Milo hits a nice shot onto Drex as he enters into the site. Bouncing will be caught out on the backside, and Boats, there's pretty much nothing for him to do. 10 seconds left. The diffuser's on the other side of Church, and he's going to need to find 3 individual players that are nowhere near each other. It's not going to happen. Noble, this time they solidify. This time they stand up strong, and they will push this round, this map, just another round further. And Rhythm now, they can breathe easy knowing they don't have to reattempt in the basement.
I'm going to call Noble out on this though. That was still messy. Fisher guy peeking Moto with like 15 seconds to go when Milo was holding his angle from blue, I think is not necessary. It really, like, it could have gone badly. Let's say that Fisher guy dies from that peak and then they pre-fire that blue position and they get Milo. It could have gone really differently. Church control might have been obtained. It might have cost them the rounds. Sometimes it's just those small things. We talked about it earlier. It can just be small decisions, small mistakes that cost you rounds. And I thought I saw it happening. I thought it was almost exactly what was going to happen, but they held on. So here we go. It's a 5-4 in favor of Rhythm still.
Rhythm, I would dare say, will be unfazed from that round, considering what we know to be true, which is that's not going to be fun. Basement is not going to be fun. And now they will go back to the site that they successfully took. And you've got to say, it was in dominant fashion as well, Raven. It looked a lot smoother from them in that
5
case
seconds left.
as it was in the basement.
Attackers
Yeah, so we'll see what
locate
adaptations
the bomb.
from Noble happen right now. There are some tricky little electrical spots coming out, so I mean it's going to be helpful with these bans. But Rhythm did a great job last time of clearing this stuff. So I think that's going to be the difference here. If Rhythm can be stalled out, well, maybe the Noble will be in a better opportunity, but again, it's looking pretty swift right here. They're droning it out. There's a drone in the middle of sight that totally just peeked the wall, wasn't shot. They got all the info they needed. It's just little things like this that just Noble constantly are letting slip by, but letting Rhythm get into this game.
And you can see that ping 2.0 as well coming out on top of the Electroclaw. So it just keeps getting worse, Raven, as that drone on site
A bomb
will
has been
just
located.
give them way too much intel. There comes out Ash's use of the charge, and in come the opening of the walls. What can they do to stop it? Oh, okay.
Oh! Okay, well, that worked out somewhat. Some three
Oh,
very strange
no.
holes on that wall. Yeah, so not sure whether Rhythm will try to fix that or not. I mean, they can still use it as line of sight at the very least, which is a big purpose of that. And last time we saw Rhythm not plant there, but they did push aggressively. Yeah, I think either way that still worked out for Rhythm, but a small win for Noble.
And that's what it comes down to. The 1% is the small wins here, the small wins there. The fact that, unfortunately, the Vegas wasn't able to connect that Selma just on the dot there. And of course, ping 2.0, you can see the drone is at the top of the staircase. It's giving all the information out that need be there. Vegas just
Oh,
waiting
yes,
for him to be pushed out, dude. How?
Oh, yeah, and Drex got a shot onto Milo again. It is just falling apart. Noble in these line of sights of the Rhythm players. Nico has been undetected in oil pit, or maybe he has been detected. There was a player just looking in that direction. But at the same time, oh, he's just whipped his shots. Now it's been given away. He's not going to get a shot there. He's been punished for it. 30
Attackers have
seconds.
located the
Manic.
bomb.
Ball on Fisher guy.
Well, you know what? Bullet hose, go away. You could absolutely pop off here. He will find the damage onto Novakes. He will be able to be brought back up. Don't you dare make me believe that this is possible. 20 seconds left. They're just starting to open up
15
that
seconds
soft
left.
wall. He gets by, and only just as well. And now getting pressured from all different sides. He's got the line being held from outside. And can he find this kill? I don't think he's going to be able to. If he hits that, oh, wow. That was starting to look a little bit more possible for Fisher Guy. But eventually, it was a 4 versus 1 is well and truly confirmed. And that round just snowballed out of control.
Did. It really did. That is the best way to describe it. That being said, I too felt it. It felt like Fisher Guy had that. But that split breach in the end, and if you noticed in the kill replay, actually ended up saving Bouncin because he crouched into it and protected his head. He got the kill shots onto the knees of Fisher Guy. So somehow that came back to work out for Rhythm. And here they are, Manic. What a strange night. Rhythm are a match point.
Oh man, it is an upsetty spaghetti night for anyone with predictions, and unfortunately, all of us casters are doing predictions. This is not good for us, but you know what? It is incredible for Rhythm. This is
Attackers need to locate and
exactly
defuse
what
bombs.
they wanted. This is exactly what they needed. When we decide to actually, you know, like, I could make an assumption right now and start talking about playoffs and relegation playoffs and who potentially could make it. But if they win this game, everything becomes spicy in that bottom 3. And that is all I'm going to say for now. We'll go away. We'll do our homework. We'll make sure that we have every possible scenario come Wednesday. But this right now from Rhythm is their lifeline of making sure that they can potentially play in, not only get out of relegation, but also play in those playoffs
5 seconds
for
remaining.
Oceanic Nationals, and then potentially the major for the Oceanic region
Attackers
as
are
well.
moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Yeah, look, it really, if they secure this, it does make Wednesday next week all that extra spicy. I tell you what. Something that's different between the LFO Elevate match and this one, though, is I don't think Rhythm are really doing anything that different. They're playing well. They're doing team things well, and I just think Noble are not, quite honestly. I think Noble are putting themselves in really bad positions, and Rhythm are doing a great job to capitalize. That's the biggest difference here.
They certainly are. And at this point, you would just assume that Rhythm are going to run away with the map, the way this has gone. Now, one thing, we have not seen Gym and Bedroom being attempted by Noble on this defensive half. That's not good, though. Drex reads the rotate from Nico after he was in oil, already off the board. Now they can put a little bit more pressure on Milo. That, however, is a big kill to open things up and potentially give them a little bit more of a clawback in this.
Yeah, it is. Definitely helps. But still losing Nico nice and early is not good. Need to keep man advantage for holding this site. Let's see what they've got up their sleeves, because like you said, we haven't seen them hold this yet. But this push is just decisive from Rhythm. They have obtained very good map control in this first minute and a half. I dare say they've probably done it better than we saw from Noble in their attacks, which makes sense, seeing as Rhythm are the ones that are on match point.
Attackers have dropped the bomb.
Funny how that happens. So, it's going to be quite dangerous, obviously, getting a lot of that cash. And not so much con control just yet, but just being able to push those defenders back so early on makes things a little bit more complicated as well. Derpe looks like he's in kitchen at the moment, so potentially could be looking to play for a late denial if it need be. He is getting pressured out of there. Okay, Novak's deciding to walk into the line of a bullet hose. That's okay. But what's not okay is the fact that Rhythm have now lost 2 players as Drex falls. Make that 3. Boat's the last player left here, Raven. This just is done and dusted.
Feels like it. I mean, look, Boats might be able to pull something out here, but he's got 4 full HP Noble players to find. Fisher Guy's just around this corner with a shotgun. He's going to back himself into this and gets the final kill to bring Noble to within 1 more round. We might be seeing overtime Matic, but I tell you what, I want to highlight how that was just a string of terrible decisions or mistakes from Rhythm. Started with Novakes, just peeking that kitchen window. Why not just go to the doorway and cut the hallway? I mean, like, then Derpe's stuck, right? And then Derpe was in kitchen. They would have seen those vertical holes. Like, was that a breakdown of communication? Instantly, that lost them 2 to 3 players, and then the round was basically lost.
I'll play devil's advocate. Potentially Drex was hoping he'd get by unnoticed. That's it. That's all I've got. Potentially Drex was looking to get by unnoticed. That is the only thing I can say in defense there. We are going back to church for the last round of regulation anyway. This could potentially put us into overtime, but Raven, I'm sometimes a math guy. And 50-50 at the moment. 50-50 on this side. I don't know how I'm feeling about that.
Look, I agree. There's a couple of key things that happened for Noble to win the round last time. Leb dying mid-round was one of those, because they did not have as many vertical holes or the vertical pressure that they did when they won this. This is Rhythm. The other thing was Noble did almost, I wouldn't say threw it, but they almost put themselves in a position to throw it by just some decisions that I highlighted. So I think that just emphasizes, 50-50 round, Manic. Good man.
I am good with math. I am a mathematician, they say. So this time something a little bit different, in fact, unless, okay, they're going to fall back. I was going to say potentially on a roam, this may look a little bit more spicy, but we did see this in the previous round as well. Just staying at the top of blue stairs is Milo, and the second a drone spots him, he will back away, but also needs to be cautious of that window. Novakes looking to put a little bit of pressure on there as well. And he is safeguarded by the railing and will be completely safeguarded as he backs away.
Yeah, again, very aggressive early. Wouldn't want to be giving away those early picks because it's really been costing him on quite a few rounds here. Here we go. See whether Rhythm can swiftly open kitchen hatch or not. Let's see whether Leb can survive sledging this floor. Of course, these magnets have been quite tricky to deal with too. They're not really able to effectively grenade below because it's bringing those frag grenades back to the roof, essentially using them like C4s. It's a pretty neat little strat.
It is cheeky to say the least, and a great way, at the very least, just making those attacking plays a little bit more indecisive. In comes the Electric Claw. It has been potentially spotted out there. We'll wait and see whether Noble are able to deal with that or not. I don't know whether the drone caught him throwing it, but now as Novaex tries to find some of these lines, he's going to need to be really cautious here, and that grenade once again working, as you said, Raven, like a C4, and coming back to haunt Rhythm. At a minute 15, doesn't look like Noble have done a hell of a lot just yet.
Oh, I think that C4 actually just got exploded by one of those frag grenades, so kind of worked against him in that instant. And now Leb is in this kitchen. He can tear up this floor, and it looks a lot safer. There's no one really playing down there. They're going to get hatch open. This is a lot better progress than the previous rounds. This is looking much more like the rounds that Rhythm ended up winning. So can Noble have better intel here and deny this potential drop?
45 seconds, still with dirt control. Drone goes in. Fisho guy finding Drex. Good start. Now they're just going to have to back this up. 30 seconds, Raven, as we start to see players pushing down blue. Bouncin does find one, but unfortunately not a second. They've managed to jump out again unnoticed, and they're going to be able to stick this diffuser. They've still got that vertical line with Leb up top. Derpe comes in massively. Can he stop the plant? You bet your bottom dollar he can. And now Leb, he's only going to be able to find the one kill for free. Had he been able to hold that line, potentially there's something in it. But Derpe goes deep and unexpected to catch him out.
Oh, I thought Rhythm had that opening there. They had the picks when they needed to get the drop down. And again, it was undetected, right? I'm not even sure why the planters stood up. It didn't seem like they were being pressured from the church side. But at the end of the day, here we are, Manic. We got another overtime map, very much like map number 1. This one has been very back and forth. Rhythm, in fact, have generally been the ones on the front foot.
They certainly have been. All but really the last 2 rounds has it even been close for Noble. The last 2 rounds, obviously, they've played very... I was going to say firmly, but I think just strong is probably the best way to put it. They've had strong performances, and unfortunately, Rhythm have not been able to deal with them in the way that I'm sure they wish they would have. And so now we do end up looking like could start to swing back in the favor of Noble as they start on this defensive side. And just a reminder for those at home, it is 1st to 8 in overtime.
It is, and importantly to point out with that, Noble are the ones that will have the defensive rotation in their favor. Not that it's been a dramatic difference. It's actually ended up being 2-3-3 halves. But it does potentially mean, you know, maybe they feel more comfortable in defense. They could just lock out this defense, right? Which is what you would expect to happen. And then they just need to win the next attack. Something like that. It can help. So we'll see whether Rhythm can finally get the mojo back on attacking Church.
Well, if they do, I wouldn't want to say it's all over Red Rover, but I potentially would. Now, this is something that has caused, well, not really caused Noble any issues per se, but they've definitely not really even attempted to put the pressure. Now, President only has 1 Electroclaw on site, and that one is over at the Moto hatch. It does look like he's going to dirt to pick that second one up. So, wasting a fair amount of time for Rhythm's attack if they were to ever even look at opening up dirt.
Yeah, I'm not really sure they have in the previous attacks.
No.
I haven't seen somebody pushing down, so we're not too much of a big deal. Bouncin just got tagged up a little bit. So Scary start there. Drex has been tagged up as well. Noble trying to find this first pick, and again, Rhythm struggling to get this vertical control, which, given the bans again, is oh so important to get.
One thing you do want to note as well, Derpe with those impact frags will at the very least be able to deny those. There you go, ex-Kairos, and he should be able to waste enough time for President to come back with that Electric Claw by the time the second one goes off, which is exactly what's happened. And they will get away with not only their life, but with a cheeky little hold that wastes so much time there for Rhythm.
It does. They've focused a lot of energy on that. So this is a good spot for Noble to be in. Led with his last frag grenade. Now toss that down. He's cleared the Electric Claw. So they only need one of these ex-Kairos pilots to go off because 3 went off previously. Looks like that's going to happen. The 55 seconds, they've got the kitchen control they need. They've got the vertical. Now they just need to set themselves up to be able to get this execute.
It's looking very similar to the round prior. It was a 5v5, 40 seconds left. Hatch was open. Is history going to repeat itself? President this time won't even allow them to get too deep. Oates does manage to make his way in. Bouncing as well. Coming back around with another frag. Nico has to try and hold blue as the rest of Noble scramble to get this defuser. They can't manage to do so. That's big though. 2 kills to come in. Leb, he will stop Nico re-entering armor. And now Derpe and Fisho Guy in a 2v2, Raven.
Oh, and Leb just turned in time to find the player flanking. Derpe's been tagged low. This looks like it is going to be Rhythm's round. They've found their mojo on this attack. Again, Manic, it's finished off by both. That's Rhythm back on match point.
Wow, what a big round from Rhythm. Underdogs by all means, and they have taken basement on a 4th attempt on the defensive side of Noble. I mean, dare we even ask what went wrong, Raven? Or was it potentially what went right for Rhythm?
I think Rhythm just timed their execute a bit better. Noble may be a little bit too slow to react to the fact that Rhythm were ready. So while that player at AKs was watching the hatch drop, there wasn't enough follow-up to stop Rhythm getting into the advantageous positions. And you saw it bouncing balls. I didn't see where he got the kills from. But once the AK rack player died, Bouncer Balls got the 2 picks, and that really opened it up for Rhythm because it meant they could actually secure the plant while still holding verticals.
It is probably very important to note the fact that Leb caught Fisho Guy coming to kitchen then was huge. I don't want to say lucky, but it was massive. It was like if he manages to take out that vertical control there, that last player on site, I would say has no chance with Derpe, you know, at the back of Armory just waiting for that player to peek. So, and my eyes may have deceived me, but it looked like Leb had just opened another vertical line as Fisho Guy came around the corner. So unbelievably big to find that kill and secure them the round, because now Noble are facing match points in overtime on the attacking side of Church. Insane.
It is insane, and you're so right. Leb had his hammer in the air no earlier than 1 to 2 seconds before Fisher rounded that corner. It was just such close timing, and I don't know whether Leb heard it or they had info, but it saved it for Rhythm, because if Leb had lost that, you're 100% right. Noble would have got that retake, I'm sure of it. So, very big, and here we go, Rhythm. They will get the chance to defend Church, and something that Noble, a little bit 50-50 on.
Oh, jeez. The old 50-50 hate. Now
Could go either way.
Oh, no. It's on a knife's edge, Raven. It's on the fence, mate. It's on the fence.
I'm trying to think of others, but I can't think of others.
No, I have no other. Those are my defaults, so I have nothing else for you
Love
there.
it.
All right, well, there's been a minute wasted off the clock, Raven. And Nico, as expected, opening up these lines. He is on the sledge instead of the preferred buck that we generally see him on. Will that really play any effect? I'm not entirely sure, Raven.
I think it's about the nades. Feels like this decision. Bye-bye drone. Just gonna drive in front of the bullets. Nico got a good line there. He's gonna take out Novakes. That's big. That's the Kai gear. Very important pick. Also a C4, I would say, that's now off the board. So here we go. He is just gonna take no time at all to start tearing this.
Located.
I mean, that is disastrous for Rhythm, and obviously the Electrocore is not on the Armory hatch, so they're going to have to back the fact that Leb and Boats are going to be able to deny this. Don't know whether they're going to get there in time. It sounds like they've just managed to get close to it. The secondary impact comes out, and that's massive.
Very big that they've been able to deny that. Gonna have to put another set on there. Can they deny this? Pellets doesn't sound like it, so that's important. Noble, they've got the same control we just saw Rhythm had, where they've got these verticals, they've got kitchen hatch open. So now, Rhythm, can you do a better job than Noble at stopping this drop and stopping this plant from happening?
This from
Attackers recovered the
Derpay.
bomb diffuser.
Looks like Rhythm have an inkling as to the position of Derpay, so it may not play a huge effect just yet. Nico coming up again for a double kill at the time of need for Noble. Fisher guy just catches out the backside. Raven, 20 seconds left. Once again, it's going to be left to explode. Derpay, he's doing some damage from dirt. It's allowed at least one player to go unnoticed. This is massive from Noble. Monstrous, in fact, as they push us to round number 15.
Absolutely huge round from Noble, and Rhythm, they could not do a whole lot just then. The vertical's too strong. And here we go. The full distance matic again. Second time tonight. Rhythm versus Noble. Here we go.
Don't do it. Don't you go back there. Okay. Oh, no! I got baited so hard. We're going back to church. It's so cursed at this point. We have been pushed to round number 15, and we are going to go to church for a 4th time in a row. Hello? Oh, Raven.
They're going to pull an aggressive roam because here we go. We got the castle, we got the Oryx, we got the Vigil. They are going to go all up in the face. This is a big risk for Noble. I mean, this is it hasn't been seen yet in this matchup. So, I mean, good call in one way because it's going to keep Rhythm guessing. But if Rhythm get the read on this, this could cost them the game.
That is the big one, isn't it? If. A big if.
Yep.
You would imagine that they have potentially seen that castle. And they will have the inkling. Oh, I am so keen for this. You gotta risk it
10 seconds left before
to get
insertion.
that biscuit. And by golly gosh, Noble are putting everything on the line, or so it seems,
Attackers
Raven.
are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Feels like it. This is very much about how can Rhythm adapt to this. They've only got this round. It's literally it. 2 minutes, 50 seconds. What have Rhythm got to deal with this change from Noble? Got 2 players up on the top floor right now. It is President and Maloska, but Fisher guy's gone back. President back into bar. There's still a couple of players around. Nico hanging out upper cash stairs. So they're sticking this roam. They really are.
This is incredible. Round number 15, and we're seeing something that is unprecedented in this match. I don't think we've even seen so much as a 2-player roam. We saw Milo in the first half potentially looking for, or second half, for that cheeky play, bouncing in the first half, but not have we seen a full roam strat from either team, especially with those bans on the board. Monstrous to start out. Leb goes down. That is the sledge. Raven. Oh boy, this is going to get interesting.
I mean, that's a big enough pick where they can just drop back, which is what they're doing. That was the important pick. Like, of all players for them to kill, that was probably the biggest. Because now, they've got no roamers to clear, so they can't get man advantages. They can't rush site because they're all back on site. And they can't get verticals because Sledge is dead. So, I think this is really paying off right now for Noble.
Would you say big brain plays? I think I would.
I mean, the flip side to that is, yeah, they've got more hatch control. So maybe there are other attack options that's available for Rhythm. So it still just comes down to how to Rhythm adapt to this.
Yep.
But they haven't got much time, and it's scary. They're down a man. A minute 9. This is the round to get them this game. On top of that, this is the round to keep their season alive and avoid relegations.
So much on the line. We love a good story. And with that as well, Leb has been the linchpin for most of these rounds. You were saying before, it's so critical that that was the pick that they managed to get. Did they deny those Selma charges? It doesn't sound like they've fully denied all of them. And here we go, a lot of pressure from Rhythm as they start to open up pretty much everything. Noble have all 5 on site, 5 on site. Don't know whether Rhythm are going to be able to push through these lines. Noble look like they've locked down here, Raven.
Yeah, pulling out all the tricks, pulling out the tight angles. This is going to be about the info that Rhythm have. If they have enough, they might get it. Nico, though, gets on boats. 15 seconds to go, Rob. Looks like it's going to be a Noble match.
You wouldn't believe it if we told you from the start. Nico going for that last peak. 10 seconds left, and that is done and dusted. A flawless